we
a
were
month.
supposed to play was we ended up doing EGen Con instead, and that was super fun.
That was a good time. We need to do that more than once a year.
I agree. So now here we are. Well, to remind you of what you guys did last time, you saved the town of Leyland from
Hey.
from the followers of the Stormlord Talos, and really just rid the town of the evil that was going on. They had summoned some water weirds and water elementals and stuff like that, and you guys took care of their minions, their boss, and their summoned creatures. So things have kind of, there's now been an opportunity for the townspeople of Leyland to enter the town once again. And as they do, you get to meet a few of them. They one of them you get to meet is Aubrey Silverspun. He is a rather whimsical human male, but he does mention, hey, if you guys want to come over to my shop, I run a shop called Aubrey's Peculiarity, and they are very peculiar. And so he just kind of, just very happy to have his town back, and very happy that his business didn't get damaged in the process. He kind of skips off, goes off to his shop. A female human blacksmith named Zana Talish. I mentioned her last game towards the end there. She's the only blacksmith in town.
She was.
Yeah, she was. And you guys were talking about buying her out, and kind of maybe bringing her in for part of your lucrative endeavors there at the keep. And so that's completely up to you guys, but she does introduce herself, and you guys get to meet her. And she also says, hey, if you guys need any weapons or armor or anything, I've got everything listed. Well, as DM, I'm telling you everything listed in the player's handbook. She doesn't say that, of course.
Right.
So she's got everything listed in the player's handbook down there, and occasionally she does get some caravans coming through on the town square. She doesn't have like a physical building business. She just has like a little outside smithy. It's kind of crappy. She makes some cool stuff. She makes a lot of stuff for the builders, and then she also feeds herself with the weapons and armor work that she does. And so occasionally they'll get a caravan to come in and be like, "Oh yeah, Leyland's back." We haven't had Leyland hasn't been around for a couple of 100 years. And depending on, especially the Elven caravan guys, are just like, you humans will keep rebuilding this. And so it's nice to meet some other people in town. You also get to meet Valdi Estepar. She is a half-elf female, and she has the job of overseeing the town's fishing industry. You'll remember that she was the one who hired Scylla Scalesweep, the halfling that came with you from the Wayside Inn. And
Harmonica chick.
Yes, harmonica. Little harmonica girl. Little drummer girl. Little harmonica girl. So she mentions to you, she says, hey, you did a really good thing here today. And, we got some time before it starts, but tonight, before they open it up for drinks, we're all meeting at the fishery for a town hall meeting. And seeing as how you're now part of the town, you should probably be there. And she
I think we'd be honored.
She offered jobs as well. Everybody basically offered jobs if needed.
Yeah. Yes. If you guys did care about jobs, you could there's the three jobs that you can have. You can be a fisher, which pays up to 8 gold a day. You might end up getting less than 5 though. You could be a guard, and that pays flat rate 5 gold a day. Or you could be a construction worker for Griselda Copperrot, the Growler, and that also pays 5 gold a day. So I guess, does anyone specifically want a job in one of those three things?
Um, uh,
Yeah, I want to
as long as
fish.
we can take off, yeah, as long as we take off, take time off to do adventuring. Uh, yeah, um, Amabel would like to be a guard.
All right, Belle's
I'd,
going to be a guard.
I'd like to learn how to fish. It goes well with my rangering.
Mm.
All right, Jen's going to fish.
Yeah, but a fishing pole's a crutch.
Catch it with my hands.
There you go. Yeah,
Bear.
bear style, right?
All right.
Yeah, Webley's going to want to also join the town guard, mostly so he can get a lay of the land. But yeah, and find out where all the good, thieves guilds are.
Yeah, I was gonna say find out where all the good stuff to steal is later.
Steal is, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anything? Any Fairfax? Did you wanna take on a job, or were you gonna focus more on the alchemy thing once you guys get that going?
I was gonna plan on focusing on the alchemy herbalism side of things, but it might be a bit until we get Adabra here. So I'd probably offer to, join in as guard, because I don't really see fishing being my thing.
All right. Spellcasters are valued as guards. Indeed. Lots of good uses there. And that leaves our cleric. Okay.
We probably, if we're going to do some construction on our stronghold, we probably need somebody to be the foreman, be in charge of this. Does it make sense? And we can all chip in so you don't have to work? I mean, does that sound like something you would want to do? Right.
Mm.
Right, but if you're making stuff for what we need and then backing them up,
So on that, you can actually hire the other smithy rather than putting her out of business. Once you have your own smithy, she's not interested in like going in with you halfsies on some sort of business venture, but she would definitely be able to. She would be down to work as an independent contractor with better equipment. If you guys were to build some sort of smithy at your party HQ, then she would definitely want to work that and then just reap some of the benefits, and eventually. No, that's not what I want.
Yikes! We're fighting a Hydra.
No. So this is after poring over this fortresses, temples, and strongholds. There's some things that the town is that I'm going to use from this as far as building up the town itself, and there's some things that I wanted to use from this as far as building up party HQ. One of the things that that the book does take into account is what's called room points. Is how many rooms could possibly fit into a building, and that party HQ. I mean, the way I see it, you wanted to do the bar thing, you wanted to do the smithy thing. I think there's more than enough room, either on the second floor or below below decks for people to sleep and live, and on the main floor would be the bar, the smithy, and potentially the alchemist lab as well.
We could have a storefront.
Yeah, I mean, we could have. We don't need the lab in the storefront. We could probably have the actual, brewing space somewhere away from the storefront, just in case something goes wrong.
Oh yeah. So the way I was kind of picturing that was that as you guys have a think of it like a golden, or not a golden corral. What the hell's the name of that restaurant? Cracker Barrel.
Oh
Cracker
yeah.
Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go in the front there, and there's a little storefront, but it's everyone who's going to the bar has to pass through there as well, and there is an exit that doesn't force you to go to the storefront that you guys can build as well. So on that note, that's item number 2 of the day. As you guys enter town, and Griselda shows you to the party HQ, and she says that she is going to require some money for what they had to do to fix it up. Since it is your property, and they spent a lot of their man hours and materials to fix it up. But since you saved the town, she's only going to charge you $1,500.
Only.
Not know how much party.
Well, we have it, sure.
So it was going to be for a building of this size, and for what, for housing 5 people and having the other things, and kind of what you guys wanted to do with it. I was originally I had kind of calculated about 2,500 to $3,000, but they definitely want to throw you a bone for coming to town.
All right.
Absolutely.
Can
So
we
she
do it in
says you
gems?
don't have to pay it now, if you just, whenever you can pay me. I mean, now would be better, because then we could buy more supplies for and materials to build up the rest of the town. But
We
whatever.
got it. Can we pay 1-to-1 in gems?
Yeah. If you
Okay.
guys, rather than playing out the whole, let's go to the general store and trade out those gems, let's just remove that item and add 3,900 gold to the total gold.
Oh, okay. Well, I just already removed the gems worth, so I'll add the gold back to gold. So yeah, we'll pay her.
Okay. All right. Just going to be taking notes here as we do this. I don't know. You might want to do that, or, I mean, you could also strategize by using her already acquired shop space in the town square to sell things in the town square, because that's where the caravans are going to go.
Better location there. Hmm.
How much room? We'll say. I mean, she has a pretty decent long table with a covering, kind of a. I mean, you can definitely put some stuff there, and if she starts to run out of stuff, she would be able to send somebody to go back to Party HQ and grab more, and keep the table, keep the display up. But you guys are a little bit away from being able to do stuff like that, because it will take time to do the construction.
What
So-
kind of timetable were they talking about?
Say again.
What kind of timetable were they looking at to get the construction to where we want it?
Oh, right. Timetable. So each of the following options I'm going to give you guys. Construction is going to take 15 days. With Azure being there, assisting and kind of pushing things along and doing what he can. Yeah, maybe casting guidance on some of the folks, doing stuff. Yeah. Not to mention using some smithing skills to, help somebody out. I would take that 15 days down to 10. So you're talking about, 10 days of work followed by 10 days of work for the next thing, followed by 10 days of work for the next thing. Because they only have so
Gotcha.
many people that they're willing to farm out for the money to be able to build up the rest of the town. But they have been, but this crew has been assembled. They're kind of a better crew. It would normally take longer. It would take like a whole month to finish some of these more difficult tasks and projects. But this is kind of the folks that actually had construction experience beforehand. And so let me tell you your 4 options, and you could choose which one you want to do first.
All right.
All right. The first one is the bar. You don't have enough room to make a full, like an inn or a tavern where you could actually house people. All that living space is going to yourselves. So the bar with pretty decent bar, lots of woodwork, lots of nice tables and good space for everybody. That's going to cost you. Each one of these projects is going to take 10 days if Azure stays with them, and 2,500 gold. Each project will be 2,500 gold.
Okay.
So you can have the bar, and Bax Dunfield should be here, either tomorrow or the next day, and he can also help out around the house, things like that. You can build the smithy. You can build the alchemist lab, and probably the last thing you guys want to build, but it is an option, is the magical enchanter. And that's going to kind of bring around some of the rules for magically enchanting a lot of the things made in the smithy.
Yeah, make me a really nice new axe. Great axe. Can I get a +2?
Well,
No.
the smithy is, might as well do that first. That's going to help with everything else.
Right.
It won't make it go faster than the 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So and I can read the as if you guys want to hear more about the other options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
That's a great book. Everybody should own it.
let's talk about
Yeah,
the
I have the PDF.
taverns are a gathering place for those who quest and rumors to spread, and the typical trip to this tavern will dispense 1d4 minus 1 of each. So rumors and quests.
I hear it.
Further, the presence of a tavern gives the owner of this structure and their allies advantage on all persuasion checks involving those who regularly use the tavern. So your patrons will give up information more easily.
Get them drunk.
if one appropriately skilled hireling is staffed here, they count as an alcohol and a refreshment merchant, and the quality of their stock changes every 7 days. The tavern generates 2d10 kegs of alcohol worth 5 GP every 30 days, or worth 10 gold if the tavern is staffed for at least 7 days by a character or hireling proficient in brewer's supplies, which I guess Bax would definitely be. In addition to the kegs it creates, this room generates an income of 10 gold times 1d10 every 30 days, if it is staffed by at least 2 hirelings. So basically 10 times 1d10 every 30 days. It's not gonna generate the most gold ever, because you do have to pay. I'm gonna assume that you actually earn more gold per evening, but between paying people and buying the booze and all that other stuff, this is your net profit.
Gotcha.
And I might raise that up a little bit. That seems a little low, honestly. Yeah.
Well, we have a supplier for a specific wine.
And we are the exclusive providers in the area, right?
No, as you guys know, the fishery. Last session, you noticed that the fishery had some Purplefoot wine that they were giving out or selling in the evening time. They had gotten that from the Wayside Inn. The Wayside Inn had some. Obviously, Phandalin has some, and the Purplefoot Monastery is not looking to make an exclusive partnership,
Yeah.
as Jin could tell you.
All right. Well, let's go with the bar first.
Okay. Right. All right. Smithy. All right. Smithy, when you first make this room, choose a specific types of artisans' tools, such as smith's tools. These tools are always present in this room. Individuals who are proficient with these tools can create items in half the normal time. So we'll have to create a version of that works with yours, Azure. Creating these items still requires paying as much as one would crafting them normally. That is half the normal market value in supplies. But progress towards their creation when crafting here is in 10 gold increments per day instead of 5 gold increments. If a skilled hireling proficient with an appropriate type of artisan's tools is assigned to this room, they count as furniture. Wait, what? They count as a furniture and interior decor, jewelry, and gems. I think that's a typo. People count as furniture. They're just objects. The quality of this merchant's wares changes every 7 days. If such a hireling is assigned, this room may be built multiple times, but a different set of artisan's tools must be chosen. Okay, so essentially, having the forge or the smithy there is going to cut down on the amount of time that it takes you, Azure, and also the amount of money it costs you to. I mean, there is going to be some downtime. There's as a cleric of Moradin, it is understood that between, right now there's no threat to the town. It's not like, hey, get some rest because there's some shit going down. You fully expect that it could be days or weeks before another threat. So it could be a while. So you guys are going. There's not a quest board here in town. It's going to be very much different from the previous module, where you guys do have some downtime, and we'll, maybe I'll actually hold to my word and bug you guys in between sessions and get some things done, get you guys some more gold. What's that question?
I don't think the shop is.
Yeah,
The shop is already included in what we paid for. That's just general.
yeah. You're gonna use the basically the front part of the bar as a counter space, as an actual selling point for your stuff. So just having there's no just like building a shop within. Yeah, I mean you could definitely sell things outside of your party HQ and outside of your bar, and then or for yeah, or you could put that table even in town square. Okay, but then you wouldn't be building your bar. I mean, I do like that idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's just that was also the space that was going to be used for the
Mhm.
the whatever and right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no downside to adding that. So between bar, smithy, and alchemist lab and magical enchanter, you guys want to go with the bar?
Absolutely.
I think setting up the bar first is going to be the easiest thing to start getting business out of.
Right. And actually, I would not. I wouldn't mind staffing the bar once it's built, and maybe we can make some arrangements from some other alcohol distributors and whatnot. You know.
Yeah. What's his face is going to be here anyway.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, having the bar up and running would let us actually get to know the people of the town a little bit better,
Exactly.
and that may, lead us to
Better marks. I mean, the better friends. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I'm a-
So I'm gonna list that as under construction here, which means that you guys need to cough up 2,500 gold to
Alrighty.
to Griselda.
Do we need it all up front?
We have it.
I know we do. I was just curious as to whether they needed it all up front or if it's a, installment
Yeah, it's
type thing.
it's mostly it's going to be up front, and the main reason why is because by them creating little tiger teams of construction crews to people with money, that also funds the town being able to build itself up.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So you
Done.
guys,
I mean, we still got plenty left, and we still have the drow trinkets that we can offload, even if we have to travel to like Neverwinter to do that.
yeah.
Speaking of which, there's a potion of greater healing. I'm going to take that unless somebody says otherwise. And the cleric want the scroll of mass cure wounds.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, didn't we each get a potion of greater healing, or am I misremembering that?
I thought there was only one or two of those.
I only have one in the party
potion
loot
of
slash.
healing, but not great.
Okay, I've got one on my character sheet, and I can't remember whether there was a reason for that or not. I'll remove it if we only had the one. I'm not too worried about it either way.
Then I think at one point you did at one point I did give you guys some potions, like each, like, hey, everybody gets a potion of blah.
So I think that was just the extra that we'd actually acquired somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me?
We were just talking about a potion.
Oh, said
Sam.
I have potion of healing, but not greater healing.
All right. I'm taking I'm taking it off the loot stash. If it's individual items, and stick it in your equipment.
Yeah, on
we
the
know
character
who's had it.
inventory.
Yeah, on your character inventory, so we know who has it. All right. There we go. Doc,
All
you
right.
have the Dragon Slayer longsword, right?
I do.
All right.
Which I honestly shouldn't be using. Maybe we can find a better use for that.
Well, I think only you and the cleric are able to wield it. Oh, and Zen's character, the barbarian.
Right.
But she kind of already has her favored weapon.
Right, and the cleric's got his.
Sounds like it's going to fund an alchemy to me.
Oh, I was thinking of hanging it above the bar. Tell stories.
Oh, there
about
you go. Yeah,
Speaking of,
Actually, yeah, we could probably figure out a way to do an alarm or something on it as well.
right, like
That
the
way it
alarm
doesn't
spell.
appear.
Yeah. Do we?
You guys are basically turning into Falcon.
The White Dragon
Yeah.
Bar.
That was the thing. We need a name. That was my next point.
I don't know. The Basilisk.
Oh, that's right. We do have a name now.
What?
How about the Basilisk for the bar? You know, come on in and get stoned.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
How about? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't think you guys should name the bar anything like the White Grand Dragon or whatever.
Not the White.
Yeah, that would probably go over badly.
Wait till you see the dress code. Oh, and instead of candles, we'll have like burning crosses on every table. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be.
Yeah, probably not.
Wow.
But the White Dragon
Prancing pony.
goes with the story. If we're going to hang a Dragon Slayer sword over the thing,
Yeah, that's true.
Lair of the White Worm, which was also.
Yeah, but we don't have. But do we have a supply for tequila?
Yeah. Treasure have booty. They have booty, and we will have like waitresses with really.
yeah. Okay.
I can't tell if your profit's going down or up right now.
Yeah,
Lair of the White Worm was the name of a movie. It's the only way I came up with that. But I thought it would be kind of cool. The Dragon's Horde.
All right. Well, you guys.
Sure, we'll come up with that.
You got 10 days. You got 10 days to figure it out.
It's going to take that long.
Yeah. So the off Sundays from this game, Pathfinder game, the party is named Higgledy Piggledy.
Never, ever would I join. Yeah.
I still have no idea why.
All right, let's go to the Fisher meeting.
Yeah.
Town meeting.
We should get like dressed appropriately for this, clean the armor and stuff like that.
Armor.
Can I sharpen my spikes?
I'm serious. We should look the part, and I use my magic disguise self to look all prim and proper.
Well, that's one way to do it.
I will redo my braid.
What's your hair or your beard?
Both.
Oh, wait, you're Durgard. You even have hair. I forget. I think they're all bald, aren't they?
Yeah.
I forget.
She does not have a beard.
And aren't all the male dwarves Durgar bald?
Not
I don't
actually
know.
researched that.
Yeah, you got me.
Uh,
Yeah, that's some little esoteric BS, I guess. I
All
think
right.
it's in Mordenking, so
I'll clean up the best I can.
Yeah, they
Did you,
do have bald heads, or at least the males do.
yeah.
Did you guys want to stop by the peculiarity shop and sell some of this crap that you got in the inventory?
Sure, if those. Sure.
All right. So
they are bald with completely bald, no facial hair.
Well, they mentioned with the males growing long, unkempt gray beards in the race details that are cribbed from the source in D&D Beyond.
I'm reading Forgotten Realms wiki, but the picture has beard, but the description doesn't.
Well,
Weird.
sometimes the wikis are inaccurate is the difficulty.
yeah, the wikis could have that dirty 3.5 stuff in them.
Yeah, and there's also those variations as well.
All right.
So do you guys want to go to the fishery
Yeah.
and attend the meeting, or go to the Aubrey's Peculiarities and sell some crap?
Sure, if he'll buy crap.
Oh yeah, Aubrey is always in the mood to buy crap.
Those will definitely
Great.
some of those things will definitely count as peculiarities.
Yeah, do we care about Staff of Bird Calls and Loot of Illusions?
Probably not. We don't have a bard who would really favor the loot, and the bird calls could be handy, but a staff would be a crutch for you.
There you go. All right. Yeah,
Can I use mending on the cracked spyglass to fix it?
Sure, you can.
Okay. Because if we have a functioning spyglass, that'll be handy.
All right,
so spyglass.
So now it's just spyglass, yeah, and it is worth more because of it. But if you guys were planning on using it, then
well, it'd be worth to know how much it's worth for later. But I think right now it might be something that we'll want to hang on to.
Yep. So Aubrey greets you and he says, "I knew you'd be stopping by. Welcome to Aubrey's Peculiarities."
Are there peculiarities everywhere?
There's little knickknacks and trinkets and some stuff, kind of a more general store kind of feel to it, some sections, and then other times there's like precious moments dolls and crap like that. It's just,
Sure.
there's just stuff everywhere. And
we've collected quite a bit of peculiarities ourselves. Dump the bag.
Point at the dwarf.
That's nice. Point at the dwarf.
No.
That's nice.
We don't want to get rid of her, but she's definitely a peculiarity.
And we were wondering if you were interested in purchasing any.
Ooh, random magic item. Table C. So there's actually a roll that I have to make for if any of these peculiarities are
artifacts.
Extra peculiar.
Trip failure. Yeah.
Great. If it's boots of Elvenkind, I want a pair.
Fuck
yeah.
you.
Oh, come on.
We have a pair of boots of Elvenkind that attract dirt, puke, and everything disgusting to them every time, without fail. Is that peculiar or
Nice.
not? Just saying.
They look pristine.
Yeah, but they
They
don't
look
smell.
like they.
Yeah, and your face
Oh,
looks
it's-
pristine. Your point is.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Hey. Shit. What was this Hannibal movie after Silence of the Lambs?
Girls with dragon tattoos, something like that?
No.
Oh,
Totally different series.
Yeah,
In
that's
any-
it.
I have no clue. Thought that was the same series.
They're I think it's what's his name? The really good actor who played Gordon in the Batman movies.
Boy, you're nailing all of this.
Hey, no. You know who I am. He was Dracula. He's got like this huge career.
Yeah, I got you.
You know who I'm talking about? Well,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Gary
Well,
Oldman.
Gary Oldman. That's right.
Yeah, Oldman's in that movie. He plays this guy who's really effed up, and it doesn't even matter, but he's really scarred up. He cut himself all up, and it's like exactly how I figured Webley looked after the attack that he suffered. And it is so messed up and so gross, it gave me nightmares when I saw the movie.
Nice.
So I'll have to share it with you and mess you all up.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
Okay, Red Dragon or Hannibal?
It must be Hannibal, because Red Dragon is actually the prequel, if I recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
Okay. So
what's extra peculiar?
in this shop, you find if you look around, you find a scroll, a 4th level spell scroll of Dimension Door.
Ooh, take that.
Snazzy.
I haven't talked to her in forever.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
And that'll cost you 500.
Why do we care about that?
Dimension Door?
Well, we
It's
need
nice.
that 500 can go towards our HQ.
Yeah,
Come on.
I vote a no on just randomly buying scrolls.
I'm just saying, a scroll is a
Put it
one-time
on our
use.
wish list. We'll come back to it.
All right.
Wait, we have a sorcerer who could learn that spell at one
Wizards.
more level, right? So
Sorcerers
Uh,
can't learn that way. Wizards can. I thought.
Yeah, sorcerers don't learn spells like that. Wizards do though.
no, I mean he could. Right, he's not going to learn from the scroll, but when he picks a 4th level spell, he could pick Dimension Door,
Oh, okay.
right?
All right. So yeah, and you guys are gonna ignore that then, and Aubrey is particularly interested in your drow cash and trinkets. He says, "The what? Quaint little things here. What is this? Where did you get it?"
Straight from the Underdark.
The Underdark. Yeah, what a kidder. And then he looks over and sees the barbarian, and he's like, "Oh, all right then. I'm going to offer you 900 gold.
Old.
All of this."
Oh, probably worth more than that now. Should I look
Did we mention
menacingly?
that it
at
came
him?
from matron? What matron house did it come from? Barn?
What?
What noble
Henry?
house did it come from? The drow stuff.
You're kind of muffled there.
Sorry, what house did that come from?
I think it's Banray.
Bannery. There it is. This is from House Bannery. Hold on.
Of Benzobrenzen.
He's worth more than that. No.
Is that better?
They're the most prestigious house in the
Mhm.
Underdark, he said.
Yeah. Yeah, make a persuasion or intimidation check if you would like to.
He did.
Don't intimidate the guy. We gotta work with this
Intimidation
dude.
may have consequences.
Yeah.
I do not think I should roll. Not persuasion anyway.
So, Webley kind of starts it off, and he says, this is from one of the most prestigious houses in all of Menzoberranzan, and then Fairfax comes in, and he's doing like some weird magical things with his hands, and just really sells it. And between the two of them, you guys are gonna get a full 1,000.
Sweet.
Great. Great. We're
And
Yeah.
close
See, we
to
could-
the second room.
all right, and
Staff of bird calls, loot of illusion. Do you have any? Staff of bird calls sounds peculiar.
Certainly.
staff of bird calls. I don't even recall giving that to you guys.
That was early on. That was like
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
game.
that was one of the really early finds that we had, and we were like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Thanks,
Um,
bird calls.
But it is in our party handouts of magic items.
oh yeah.
It was one of those like super common magic items. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
level 0 kind of thing.
He offers you 250 gold for it.
That's
Sold.
reasonable.
Really? I'm just
Yeah.
going to pay him to take it off our hands.
And immediately
24.95.
starts making quacking sounds around the shop.
Nice. Does he
This
have
is
need
why-
for loot of illusions?
Yeah, you can make ducks that quack around the shop.
He says, "Oh, what fun! I can't wait to use this." Okay, loot of illusions. Yeah,
Yeah,
let
he
me-
starts making quacking noises with the staff, and then it blows up on him because he burns out all the charges.
see, instrument of illusions. It's a wondrous item, really.
Wonderful.
He he says this is something that I don't want, but I might be able to sell it. Tell you what, why don't you leave the loot of illusions here with me? And if I get a seller for it, I'll only take 15% of the take.
Oh, like a consignment kind of.
Sure, sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think something like this would sell for?
He says, I honestly have to do some research. I have no idea.
Is this the
Take
DM?
226
I hear the
of the
DM
DMG.
clicking and researching in the background.
No, I'm just listing it as the loot of illusions. Deal with
Great.
Aubrey. So I always write everything down and then highlight it, and then those are the things that I need to deal with before the next session.
Action item.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, that's perfect. At the peculiarity shop for sale. All right, is that everything?
Yeah, the horse. Doc, do you have the horse with you?
Yes,
or
I
is it
have
in
the. I have. No, I have the horse, and we're keeping the horse.
No, I'm
the
saying it's
In your
It's
inventory, do you have the
it's-
horse?
I
Yeah.
actually walked away from the desktop for a second. Hang on a minute.
I
Alright,
should have
put
the
the hor-
horse
put-
last time because I had the bag of holding. Isn't the horse in the bag of holding?
Yes.
well that's what I'm saying. Where are we keeping the horse in the bag of holding?
Yeah, currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's too bulky for him to carry on in his backpack.
Okay,
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
great.
You know, what if we can put this dread helm in our bar somewhere? Or do we already sell that?
No, I still have it. I really don't have a use for it, really, because Dragonborn's kind of intimidating to begin with. I don't really need my eyes glowing red.
I was thinking like a dread helm would be kind of cool in the bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Everybody gets drunk and takes turns putting it on and scaring the shit out of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. you buy a round of drinks, you get to wear the helmet for the night, right?
Oh, I like that.
All right.
You get to wear it till the next person buys a round of drinks.
Exactly that.
All right.
You basically intimidate somebody else into buying the next round of drinks. and
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm kind of digging that.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, from its description, all it does is it just makes your eyes go red. It doesn't
Mhm.
give any bonuses or anything
Yeah.
beyond that.
Heat vision 3 times a day.
Yeah,
All right. So
that'd be different.
So as you guys leave Aubrey's Peculiarity Shop, he says, well, I have to go. I really want to see you guys again, but I have to go to the town hall meeting. Do you want to watch me there?
Hey, that's where we're heading.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to join you.
Right. So I'm going to drop you guys here. I always use Jin. So Jin, you guys walk down the street here. As you do, you pass some construction workers who are kind of finishing up for the day, and you see the work that they're doing on this like old dilapidated town, where a lot of the base construction was done years ago. There's still some good stonework, some good bones to the bottoms of the house where they actually lay the foundation, but for the most part, everything's being built from the ground up, and slowly people are having actual places to stay and live at. And as you pass the shrine of Lathander, there's a couple of priestesses who are, holding like a nice little get together where a lot of the people's kids are there at the shrine, and the priests and priestesses are kind of babysitting. One of them spots Webley and immediately jumps up and says, "The horse!" And then all the kids jump up and just start running away from the priests and priestesses. "The horse! The horse! The horse!" And they run over to Webley and just start like, "Come on, come on, show us the horse! Show us the horse!"
Oh, the horse is sleeping right now.
Uh-huh.
The horse. I don't want those priests getting all pissy with us because of that. The horse is sleeping right now, but if you get your parents to come over sometime next week to our new shop, I'd be happy to show you the horse.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And I'll show you the sword that I slew the dragon with.
All the little kids just start like pretending that they have swords and like stabbing each other and stuff like that.
Of course.
The priests love that. And so the
I
kids
need to make a con save to keep from puking. Is that?
On my shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, he made it.
Play the dragon.
Dude, are you actually gonna drop a con save?
No, I'm not dropping a con save. I'm not puking. Just a joke.
All right. So as the kids kind of go back inside and the priests kind of give you dirty looks, because now all they want to do is slay dragons, not follow the god of light.
You can do both.
You get around to the fishery. The moon is starting to come up in the distance, and there's a very misty fog obscuring the standing stones here of Idle Island, and some of the trees on the other island as well. And as you enter the fishery, this is your very first town hall, and you notice that the council of Leyland is there at the front at a table facing everyone else, who is either sitting, kneeling, standing. Some people brought chairs. Some people are just kind of hanging out, leaning up against a wall or something like that. So you pick a spot. Up at the front there is Griselda Copperrot, the Growler, redheaded dwarf female, and she's looking just as chipper as always. Very, very grumpy faced. She's flanked on her left and right by Marigold Brightshine, who in this module, at 3 different spots, it is very it's clear in one spot that Marigold is a dude, and then later on it identifies Marigold as a girl. So I'm gonna go with Marigold as a chick. So an annual halfling, local priest of Lathander, who's the god of light. A lot of people you've noticed, both from the from every time you've been able to see her. People like Marigold. Very nice lady. Very nice lady halfling. And on the other side of Griselda is Valdi Estepar, who you know as she's the leader of the town's fishing industry. She's overseeing that. She's now one of the most important figures in town, since she's the kind of the breadwinner almost politically. Off to the side, definitely not sitting with the council, but kind of there, ready to speak, is Sergeant Haas Yorm. And he's their representative of Lord Neverember's forces, and of course they're protecting Lord Neverember's financial investment in Leyland. Of course, you walked in with Aubrey Silverspun. A person you have not met is Galio Alibrio. Yeah. He's a brooding middle-aged human male wizard who runs the House of Thalavar. And he is sitting off by himself. He's not talking to anyone. It looks like he's just here because he doesn't trust anyone else to be his voice. You also see the Zana Talish, the female human blacksmith. And then there's a bunch of construction workers, a bunch of, guards. Some of them are on duty, some of them are off duty. And one of the construction workers that you notice, everyone give me a perception check.
I can do that.
Oops, sorry. 11. Didn't realize I was on advantage there.
Okay, so we got 5 of those. Webley, you're the one who notices. And Azure, you kind of scope this out as well. There is a half-orc female who, I mean, clearly from her garb and from some of the dust that she's like trying to get off of her hands onto her clothes. She's a stonemason. And she kind of like looks over at you and then looks back forward and then kind of keeps looking over at you, and she looks kind of a little concerned about something. Something is bothering her. But you don't have time to ask her because the meeting is about to begin. Marigold Brightshine starts off very chipper. Hello, everyone. Hi. I just want to remind you all, before we get started, that we conduct services at the Shrine of Lathander every day at dawn, each day at dawn. So come on down. It's good for the soul. Good for the soul. Don't forget your tithing. And Griselda rolls her eyes. Valdi abstains from showing that kind of disrespect for a fellow council member. And the council begins discussion on matters that deal with the town. Their first decision, Griselda tells the room, is that until construction of a barracks is complete, the House of Thalavar's lower levels shall serve as the barracks, so that, granted given the recent attacks, the guardsmen need to be housed within the walls of the city rather than the encampment to the south. And Gallio Alibrio, he objects, of course, and he says, he says, but that is my domain. I do not wish for guards clanging around and potentially damaging the tower itself. There's no need for them there, and they'll only do harm to the House of Thalavar. And the Griselda interrupts him and reminds him. He says, Gallio, let me remind you, the House of Thalavar does not belong to you. It belongs to Lord Neverember. And so you are employed by Neverwinter to discover magical secrets and make a historical record and do whatever you do that they think is going to be profitable for them. And little else. This is not your tower. And he, of not having very much of a leg to stand on, Gallio, kind of sits down and says, all right, but just on the first level or two, my studies will not be interrupted. And he storms out.
Yeah, this guy is not causing
Can I put
trouble.
my smithy right there at his door, make all the noise I can?
So the rest of the
We'll
town,
research a far-speaking spells so that all the sounds from our smithy, wherever it is,
Oh,
goes right to where he is.
yeah. See, if you had the staff of bird calls, you could just.
I wish we had the staff still.
Affleck.
Yeah. Gallio. All right. So the Griselda then says, "All right, now that we just have the people interested in the entire town here, and not just themselves or their silly tower, the town has a budget and a physical labor requirement that will allow for the building of one of the three things listed that I'm about to list. All other money is being spent on defenses and rebuilding homes, including the party's headquarters. That you guys, including their headquarters." And she kind of points over to you guys. They are making very generous donations and earning the work of some of our best folks. And so, that gives us money to be able to build the town up. And so I need a vote. Griselda says. I put to a vote, and what's her name? Marigold Brightshine jumps up. Oh, a vote! I love votes. Come on, let's vote, everybody. Everybody vote. Everybody. And Valdi's just like, yeah, come on, guys. Just everybody votes, okay? And Griselda says, if you don't vote, then you can't complain. And so here they want a vote on which of these three things needs to be built first in the town. And those three things are, do we want to build a library? Now, building a library, she says, will attract scholars and mages and other folk to the town that will benefit us financially and kind of give us an intellectual appeal. In addition to the fishery, this will really diversify us. And so Valdi Estepar says, but we could also build a guild hall that will attract adventurers. We've already got some in town, and we see how well that helps us, right? So here we are, and we could build some sort of guild hall, maybe even one of the established guilds, or create a guild of our own. We could rebuild the Swords of Leyland and call it a guild, and that will attract adventurers. And we can. I already know that the heroes from Phandelver are are building a smithy, and they're gonna sell some stuff. So I mean, it might work out. Might work out. Building a guild hall to attract adventurers rather than scholars and mages. And Marigold says, "Oh, but there's a third option. There's a third option. Rebuild the small keep outside of town, right here, for you guys watching the map, in hopes of attracting a noble benefactor to further invest in the town overall. If we get some rich guy to move out there, he will basically invest in the town and its infrastructure and its ability to make money, and then he will make lots of money. But then we will all benefit as well. And so we one of these three things is all we can do for right now. And so I ask you guys to vote. I ask you guys to vote as well. So do we want to be able to build a library to attract scholars and mages, a guild hall to attract adventurers, or rebuild the small keep outside, and that will hopefully attract a noble benefactor? There are advantages and disadvantages and consequences to each one that I'm not going to fully explain now. So choose one.
I'm voting library.
I was going to suggest we take a minute and recess to talk about this amongst ourselves, but fine.
Hey, this is a vote. I said we whisper it to the DM.
Yeah. Okay.
The vote.
I vote library. I assume when they I assume they're not taking ballots. They're just like, okay, all in favor of library, say aye or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna do by a show of hands, and so by a show of hands,
I ask if I can. I step up and ask if I could have a minute to speak.
Yes, just not now.
Is it regarding this specific decision?
It is regarding the specific decision.
Okay. Let's give a moment to the floor before we cast our votes. Let's give a moment to what was your name again?
Jin Chakir.
Jin.
Jin is fine.
Jin, welcome, Jin. The floor is yours.
Yes, I just wanted to ask everyone, how important you think it is to provide your hard-earned coin to a noble. And basically, I'm just going to try to talk them. I can't do it myself, but my character might be able to try to talk them out of the noble choice of providing money or providing, money toward the keep to, try to lure in a noble.
I hate to do it, but I have to agree with him.
We want to take care of, the workers, workers of the world unite. There's my persuasion.
Ooh, nice. I'm going to attempt to chime in and help him out, pointing out that somebody else, we're not a rich community, not yet. The library would help. The guild would help. Everybody else. But just providing a nice house for somebody isn't probably going to provide anybody else a nicer way of living. And then I use my luck point and still can't help. Yeah, well, better than nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the council sees that things are getting out of hand as Webley gets up. And just kind of
as usual.
Before everybody wants to get up and give their Kevin Costner speech. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your input. But you can see as you're going back to take your spot in the crowd that there are a few people that are kind of like, giving you little finger guns and stuff like that. Like you know what? You're right. Yeah.
Wait.
and
Crossbows, hand crossbows is what he meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, finger crossbows.
All right.
Pull back the thumb. All right, so let's vote. I know what the rest of the town is voting, but I wanted to give you guys the opportunity for sure. Who's voting library?
Ooh.
Me.
Actually, me.
That's 2.
Yeah, library is a good idea.
Webley, Jin, Fairfax. Are you for library?
Yes.
Okay. And Guildhall. I'm assuming Azure.
Yeah, mainly because what fucking happened to the town before? Before it was destroyed, a fucking portal to hell in that fucking tower. Not to mention the light that already got attacked by the titles and stuff like that. We may need help.
I just see Guildhall as
Competition.
competition,
And
getting a cut of the loot.
Yeah, but we're gonna spend that loot at our tavern, our smithy.
well, so are the wizards. Yeah, and I did think about that too. Actually,
That's true.
My thought is like I'm fine. Like as a player, I think I'd rather do library, but as a character, I'm thinking the guild hall because we just got these attacks and stuff like that.
Scholars
Well,
don't drink.
I'm thinking, but I'm thinking the
Yeah.
library first. Then we can go for a guild hall.
plus
Yeah,
we're
we-
The
investing
thing is,
in
the
the
guild hall
children's
can
future.
bring wizards.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Zen,
yeah,
a Guildhall.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
All
So I've got your 5 votes. I don't want to, the whole place as the folks at that were for the library see a questionable amount of hands go up for Guildhall as well, and they realize that like what they thought was the clear choice is now being contested by potentially some people try to start counting and others don't. And so they do the exact same thing that you guys just did, which well, wait a minute now, because of this, because of that, because of
Sure.
this, because of that, and so they're going back and forth, and so Haas has to she bangs on the table and she says, "Aye, we have a third choice. Now let me see hands for the nobleman's keep." And not so many hands go up, very few.
Success.
Great.
Very few hands go up.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best game choice. Actually, we just screwed ourselves, but who knows?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
having a patron in town would be kind of one of those things, but you know what? We could be the patrons of the town eventually.
That's
Yeah,
right.
why not? We could be rich enough eventually. Build our HQ up.
As long as you don't add a of Azure.
Oh, I like that.
Nah.
Thank you, Webley. Yes.
All right. So, as the keep goes up, the hands for the keep go up, and a few people look around, and you just hear one guy in the back kind of like, "Dumbass," you know. You once again notice, Webley, that the half-orc stonemason is just worried and looking over at you guys.
Mm.
And then once she notices that you guys that you're looking at her as well, she turns away and just kind of worried again.
I think she likes you.
Sergeant
hot.
Yoram. Sergeant Yoram,
Or immune to your illusion.
as they are, as they're tallying up the votes, Sergeant Yoram says, "Hello, why aren't we building a barracks instead of making them stay in that crazy wizard's tower?" And
Yeah, barracks would be the first choice.
I thought that was already on the table. I thought that was the plan.
I
Just
thought
house
the
them
barracks was
temporarily.
being built.
yeah, Griselda reminds Haas that, hey, this is a town, not an army depot. We're going to build up the town first, and in the meantime, the House of Dalavar serves more than well enough as what we need. And he kind of makes a small mention of like, I just can't help but notice, you guys, that Lord Neverember's interests are all being shoved into one spot, seemingly below the interests of you people, and what you wanted to do. But don't forget where this money comes from, and he's very, kind of for the first time, articulate about something rather than just seeming bored all the time. And so they, the three council members do kind of just, they narrow their eyes at him, and they just, they're just on the cusp. You think one of them is going to start hissing, and so he says, "Just saying," and then he just kind of goes back to doing whatever, picking at his nails. Griselda kind of claps back at him, and he says, "Speaking of troops, Sergeant Yoram, I couldn't help but notice that there are a few missing around town. Have you heard from your patrol that you sent down to the mayor?" And he says, "No, He brushes off their concern with a wave of his hand, and he says, "They'll likely be back soon. Sometimes it takes another day or two, and I just can't spare any more of my troops to go looking for soldiers that we don't even know for sure are missing yet. Especially with the recent threats from lightning worshippers. Those guys told me about that undead. That like there's all sorts of stuff going on, and so I can't spare troops just to go looking for some missing soldiers." And so so Griselda is rather pleased with herself that she was able to call his leadership into question the same way that he called theirs, and so shortly afterwards, a few more small minor things, especially some land disputes of somebody's house and where the property line is, and some of the scheduling for the workers and fishers and stuff like that. And then eventually everyone just kind of says, "All right, let's do what we do around here." And the fishery turns into a tavern. The ale starts flowing, and everybody starts just kind of winding down from the day a lot. As this is happening, the half-orc stonemason approaches you guys, and she says, just still a very worried expression on her face. And she says, I am friends with Private Jessup. He was on that patrol that Sergeant Yoram said he's not even going to send people for. I can't believe it. Can you... Do you know about the Mayor of Dead Men?
Oh, this is news to me.
The mayor, you mean? Mir?
Yeah, Mayor.
Mir. I think it's us.
No,
Mayor.
have we ever heard of that?
Here.
Definitely
Here.
not Bill.
Ah,
So she says, "Well, first let me introduce myself. I'm Breltora Redeye, and I am very worried about Private Jessup. He's a friend. Yes, he's a friend of mine, and I don't like Sergeant Yoram, and I don't think Sergeant Yoram is going to send people to go find him. I'm worried."
Why were they going there anyway? What's
It's a
over there?
regularly scheduled patrol. Jessup told me that Sergeant Yoram has them patrolling the stretch of the high road that runs along the edge of that terrible swamp, and to ensure that no dangerous creatures have established lairs there, so that nothing can threaten the town. It makes sense.
Yeah, but what kind of dangerous creatures are we talking about?
Well,
Various.
since the reestablishment of Leyland, none of these patrols have spotted anything more dangerous than a nest of snakes or their random alligator. For the first time, however, this patrol, the one with my friend Jessup on it, has failed to return.
How late are they?
They're right now. It's a full 2 days late. She notes that Sergeant Yoram is understating the issue to the council.
Uh,
I just want to say that I am fanboying over here because that's where Neverwinter Nights 2 starts. I'm like completely fanboying over here.
You're fanboying over what?
Mirror of the Deadman. That's where the harbor, West Harbor's down there, and that's where Neverwinter Nights 2 starts. I love that game.
I just picked that up about a month ago. I haven't played it much yet.
Oh, it's damn good. I'll
Yeah,
send you
it
some
looks
mods
like
that
it.
actually add a whole bunch of classes to it that are actually from the 3.5 rules.
Oh, cool. That would be great. I would much appreciate that if I had time to play the damn thing. Anyways, I owe you a PDF too. What was I going to say?
Because I know a lot about the Mirror of the Deadman. Let's do this.
Is she going to be able to handle the truth when we come back? About
What do you
Private
mean?
Jessup?
He can't handle the truth.
Nice.
Anywho,
Colonel Jessup from A Few Good Men.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, since they can't spare a few soldiers, can they spare a few gold and we'll do it?
Yeah,
for a small fee, we could. Yeah.
Reltora Red Eye does. She says I have no idea. I'm just a simple stonemason. You'd have to ask Sergeant Yoram.
I don't know how well he's on our.
Really that interested in doing anything about it.
You know what? We may want to just go ahead and see what's going on with these guys so that we aren't caught off guard while we're getting things built. And then we can always take it up with him about, what it actually is worth.
We got to find out what their actual patrol route was. Or they're just patrolling down the main road, though, you said, right?
Yeah, she was able to say that they stick to the main road for the most part. And it was, let's see. They patrol the stretch of the high road that runs along the edge of the terrible swamp. So
Sure.
pretty much
Right.
right along in there.
Oh, Bill is always ready to fight, so
Yeah, I'm always for helping out.
yeah. Getting
Beats
bored
fishing.
there with all the meetings.
Beats
Yeah,
fishing.
all the meetings.
All the meetings,
one-
you've been to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's south of the map?
But isn't this nighttime though?
Yeah, it's
There.
nighttime.
It's
They
getting
go in the
to
morning.
night, yeah.
Yeah.
We can head out in the morning. Yeah, we'll go over it. Hey, Yoram.
Oh yeah, what's up, guys?
What's this that I heard in the meeting about missing patrol?
Oh, they're fine. They're fine. They'll be back, man.
Yeah, I hear it's like 2 days. That seems like an awful long time.
He kind of pulls out of his very relaxed persona for a moment, and he kind of narrows his eyes at you, and he's just like, "Listen, man, keep your voice down, okay? These guys been gone for a few days, and they're fine. Just because they're later than they've ever been before does not mean that they're in trouble, okay? Maybe they just really like doing their jobs."
I got a feeling there's something you're not telling me.
Well,
Well,
no,
we
hang on.
don't have more people to go spare. If I tell people that they're dead, they're gonna go want to go recover the bodies or figure out what new threat to the town that there is. When in fact they were probably just eaten by some gators, and I can't go. I can't send anybody to go look for the bodies. I can't send anybody to go fight a new threat. It could be anything. Okay, and I'm just not ready for anything right now. We just need to take on what we've got.
You know, you could save face with the town and just have us go. Hire us because everybody you're sure everything's okay, but to address the concerns, you've hired us to go take a look and find them and bring them home.
It's a win-win for you.
Yeah. You're not out anything but a couple gold, and you're, out of your hair for a few days. And you find out what's going on with your troops.
Okay, I've got a little overtime money that I could hand off to you, but I'm only gonna do it when you bring them back. I don't want to hand you gold and then go out there and have you die, and then then I don't even have overtime money to pay my people.
Sure.
Which I need to pay them overtime because I have less guards.
Wow. What a wonderful...
Well, basically, don't we have like 3 of us being your guards anyway? So you're basically just paying them overtime.
Well, we haven't really been guarding yet, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you actually start guarding, then I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for a little bit extra, we could go do this.
Yeah, we just need point out on the map where their patrol route, so we know specifically
All right.
how many people we're looking for, names, all that.
He sighs and makes a big production of pulling out a map and showing you guys the normal patrol area, and he kind of circles the main points along the path that they're going to stop at. What kind of markings those points have? Big tree here, big rock there, and then he says, "Look, if you want to go out there, I'll pay you some money when you get back."
That's fair.
And he tells you a little bit about it. It's an expansive marsh that has been the bane to travelers along the high road for centuries. All attempts to tame the wild swamp have failed, as countless threats call the area home. There are deep into it, not anywhere near Leyland, but deeper south into it, there are young dragons, there's trolls, there's lizard folk tribes, there's swamp beasts, and just all sorts of crap. Towards Leyland, though, there hasn't been a lot, because there's not a big town to create a lot of traffic here, and the caravans that come up from the high road, they're well prepared. So, it's not a huge deal for them, but they if they're not careful or if they cut corners as far as security goes, they can get got.
Okay.
Forces of civilization hope to keep the high road safely passable to facilitate trade and travel between Waterdeep and the lands of the north. So that's actually what's south there is Waterdeep. Because that's the big point is that Leyland is like the halfway point between Waterdeep and Neverwinter.
Gotcha.
Cool.
That's a good place to be.
Can we, if we're gone for a few days, we're going to miss what's-his-face. Can I go talk to Scylla Scales Sweep and offer her a few gold to be on the lookout for our bar dude that's coming in?
Oh, right. Forgot about
Trying
that.
to find us.
Sure.
Hey, Scylla. You want to make a few gold?
I'm always down to make a few gold, duh.
We need you to be on the lookout for What's this guy's name? Sorry.
His name is Bax Dunfield.
Pax.
We
Done. We might be out of town for a couple days, a few days at max. But Bax Dunfield is coming looking for us. If you can just give him this, yeah.
Why don't we
So-
pay for his room and ask him to
Yeah,
wait
exactly.
until he gets back? Yeah.
Yeah, have him put himself up at the end, and we'll cover the room.
She says, "Oh, I can definitely do that. I was really hoping that you were going to give me some money to play the harmonica more because I love playing the harmonica."
You are an excellent harmonica player. I'm sure Bax will love that.
So here's a
Toss
follow-up
her-
question.
Toss her a
giving
few
her
gold.
Like, so we're giving her shit for playing harmonica, but she actually good and like people actually like listening to her. Like, we're giving her shit because the players giving her shit.
Well, you did hear about. Oh wait, no, you haven't heard anything about her yet, because this is still just the end of the day of when you guys saved the town. But when later on, you guys will hear about how she went out on the boat. She went fishing as a job. That's her new job, and she started playing the harmonica on the fishing boat, and all the fishermen got mad at her
Fuck.
because she's scaring away the fish.
Until they jumped up into the boat, the fish.
I was just saying we could use a bar for our tavern, but never mind.
All right, well, give this chick 5 gold, and tomorrow morning before we head out, set up a room in whatever inn we have around here, and tell Scylla to tell Bax he's got a place for a few days there.
So, do you guys see this roll I just made?
At 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was me being like, you know what? I should roll to see how well she played the harmonica on the
Ah.
fishing boat. And so she managed to play at just so slow and low tones that that the fishermen get to enjoy music, and they're still catching a lot of fish. As a matter of fact, the vibrations of her harmonica through the water seem to attract fish to whatever boat she's specifically on, which is
Oh,
not
no.
at all how fishing works, except in Leyland.
Nice.
You know, actually, I would almost see if she would be interested in playing music at the tavern eventually. All the fishermen like her, and she comes and plays at our
Yep.
tavern, they'd follow her.
Well, it
Right.
could be a night job,
Yeah.
day job, fishing, night job,
Yeah.
playing music,
Still, Scylla gets a side hustle.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I would invite her to play.
So she does take your money and says, "I'll make sure Bax makes it into town just fine." Well, obviously he's got to make it to town just fine first, but I'll make sure Bax arrives in town just fine and gets all
Those
set up,
would-
and you guys get to he'll be here waiting for you when you get back.
Okay.
All right. And so you guys want to take a long rest, sleep on it, and then head out to the mere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I'm looking it up.
If you don't mind, grab me another beer. So I'll be back in a couple seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break.
So we're gonna take a short rest while we're taking a long rest.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, it is
Okay.
mere.
Be back in about 5 minutes.
Yep. Let's take a
Okay.
quick back in
Great.
5.
All right.
A mere 5 minutes.
Boo.
And I'm back.
No idea how long we have left on our 5-minute break.
Neither do I, but I'm back.
Okay. So I know you guys are heading off on a nice quest and all that, but I hope the first half of the session, a lot of
Wait,
decision making, role playing.
I'm still building.
Like
They're shit out of luck. What do you mean we're going? I volunteered my hirelings to go.
You're not going to the mirror?
I'm going. I'm just saying.
I'm back.
All right. So we got Azure and Jin, the handsome
back.
Dungeon Master, and Fairfax. Waiting on Webley and Bell.
Well, Webley's still muted.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Hey, Meth. I don't know if you want to do this, but I will offer it up. I have a shitload of assets, map packs and build this and build that and all that in Roll20. If you wanted to, the problem is if you wanted to make a duplicate of the current game, copy game,
Yeah.
and make me, you could, and basically make me a DM and get me actually, you don't have to do that. No, just make a blank game, make me a DM, and I can build I can build a keep with the various shit that we're going to have, and then you can use the transmorgifier to pull that. Since it's your game that you would be own, you could pull that into this current game as a page.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a trap.
No, it's not.
So
I did that. I did that with the game Troy and I play at. We have he basically has a a player's castle version of the game, and none of the assets or anything. It's just just another game, just to make another game. Give me a blank slate, but then if I'm DM, I have access to all my assets that I can drag in and build. And then when you copy that page back to the, then you can pull that page out and copy it into this current game.
Will all your assets transfer over?
Yeah, and all the
Okay.
assets transfer over, so the map is,
Okay.
So
Yeah, I would be. I'd be down for that. We'll definitely have to set that up because
okay.
that's. I was just gonna kind of like try and figure some shit out, but that sounds better.
No,
Yeah,
don't let Scatter make the castle. My character will be sleeping in a broom closet.
Broom closet. What do you mean? You can upgrade you from the midden?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it just
I was thinking stable.
Meth, just when you can, just make a game, invite me, and then make me a DM. And it doesn't have to be, just a blank game with nothing special. So, cool.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
All right.
Okay. Right, and I see Hammerbell is typing.
She's probably
I assume that
she's
means-
probably back and eating.
Back but muted. All right. All right. So, like I was saying, I hope you guys enjoyed the RP / decision making / not so stabby portion of today's session.
Absolutely.
But as we now move into the actual,
As long as there's XP for RP, that's what I care about.
well,
XP,
we're
XP for RP for ME. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing milestone leveling, so it's all good. I do at the end of this quest, when you guys return to town, I do fully intend on telling you to be level 8. You're 7 right now, right? 7.
Correct.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Level 8. When you get back to town.
Right. After we defeat the ancient red dragon, we will.
If you get back to town.
Yeah.
Yes, if you defeat the ancient red dragon, like Webley
Right.
said.
Right. Speaking of, just
Definitely not a Hydra.
definitely not a Hydra. Have no idea. Do you remember, like at 3.5, they had all those figures that you could buy? Like, they had a beholder and they had dragons, stuff like that. And they had that ancient red that was so big, and it was like $150.
Got it.
Have you looked at how much that thing sells for now? It's like 3 times that.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I have the
Freaking crazy.
white one, blue, and red.
Yeah, I think the red's going for like close to 5 or something now. It's insane. Stupid. But can I have yours all the same?
No, I can print one.
Where
do you print it?
Thank you. No, thank you. I wouldn't know where to put it.
Oh,
That was really
On the
simple.
dining room table, of course, right?
Of course.
yeah.
I feel guilty if I
Mine
have
is
like
actually sitting on Ben's bar.
perfect.
Next time I go to St. Louis, I'm definitely gonna drop you a few bucks and let you print some stuff off for me.
Oh, more than happy to. Don't have to drop me anything. I'll be more than happy to print it for you.
All right. So, anyways, as the party moves south on the high road from Leyland, they don't find anything of import right away. Once they find evidence of trouble, I'm not actually supposed to read that part.
Hey. Ooh, there's going to be trouble.
Yes. So there's actually a whole thing here. Let's see. You do get to a point where there is a there is a. You can tell along the trail that there's been a scuffle, and there was a single blade, sword, just like the ones carried by the other guards around Leyland, and it's found along the high road. And given some, everybody, give me a survival check.
Ugh. Woohoo! We're outside.
The ranger.
No, it's nothing.
Screwed the pooch.
She's still new to this, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underdark is her thing.
So, Belle, you are very astute with, minor variations in mud and in very wet areas, much like your homeland around that giant lakeshore in the Underdark. And so you and Fairfax, who, his entire tribe, came from a very wooded, rural area. Both of you kind of notice it at the same time. The way that the boots must have dragged from the side of the trail going into the swamp, and you know that this is where the troops went in. Something either drove them in, or they were chasing something. Something went on, and you can also tell, based on the fact that there's a freaking sword left there.
Huh. And they're going into a swamp?
They're going further into the swamp. And do you guys want to go try and find them?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
How bad could it be?
Wow. Tempting fate there.
Into the swamp. And so, as you guys get in there,
Swampy.
the map shows you that the area you now travel is where the high road runs into the edge of the Mere of Dead Men. Oh yes, and there's also bloodstains that dot the ground as you travel into the Mere. An examination of the area finds a broken cart half buried in the mud, a broken sword blade, says the second sword that you found, and one of you finds some buttons from a jacket, just like the ones worn by other Leyland soldiers. An obvious trail leads west, deeper into the Mere.
I'm concerned of things breaking swords, but not really because they're a crutch anyway. So
Are they?
Another survival check. Let's see if we can find out more about the second scene of where you're finding things.
survival?
Yeah, another survival check. Let's see, so that's Webley, Fairfax, Jen. Okay,
Oh, Hammerbell.
and Hammerbell. Okay.
Well, if it involves death and destruction, she's got experience.
Yeah, as a student of battle herself,
Exactly.
Hammerbell notes mostly that it's something very much like what she knows from the Underdark. Small cave worms is what she initially thinks that it is, but the rest of you know that it can't be cave worms. There are no cave worms in a swamp. But Webley and Azure, you're able to come and observe what she's pointing out and say, "Oh, geez, there's a large number of tracks here. There's also these strange ruts in the mud that look like dual-tracked sleds, and that's what she's saying looks like cave worms, but the ruts are deep enough that the sleds are probably they're probably just sleds going through the mud, and they're pulling a great deal of weight. And on top of the mud along those tracks are several trails of slimy residue, like those created by snails as they move.
Hmm.
And so you also notice that a lot of the tracks are, most of them have been made by bipedal lizards of various sizes, and some of them, very few, are the booted prints of the guards of Leyland.
Which way are the
Huh.
boots going?
They're all going the same direction.
Towards the swamp? Away from
It
the
looks
wagon?
like, as far as you can tell, there was a small scuffle, and some of the guards, at least some of the guards, you haven't found any bodies yet, were made to walk along with whoever these bipedal lizards are and their giant snails.
Great. So
Okay.
they're alive at this point.
Yeah. Does anybody feel like we're tracking hobbits? Kidnapped hobbits? Yeah, at least we know they're not dead yet. They've been taken prisoner. Any idea how many lizardy footprints we're seeing sets of?
There's no way to tell how many. It's
Okay.
it's clearly a lot. You know that
Okay.
there's a lot.
All right. They walk single file to hide their numbers.
Yeah. All right. As long as we got some, place to follow, that's good.
Right.
Yep.
Do we have any idea of how old these prints are? I mean, how far behind we are?
You would guess based on how some of the prints are really baked into the mud and have since been undisturbed. And it's really lucky for you that it didn't rain last night, because then otherwise it'd be very difficult. They're about a day and a half old.
Okay. So we're not going to stumble up and catch up to these guys. So
Right. Well, at some
Onward.
point we should probably, if we think we're getting close, we should probably start thinking about stealth and scout kind of stuff.
Yes.
You know. And maybe we should start doing that now.
Yep, you guys do know that the prints lead west along the shoreline of the mere, but you have no idea how long they're going to be in this area, how long they're going to be traveling west along the shoreline, and if they turn south, that's where all the most dangerous shit is, and you're going to lose them forever if you don't catch up.
So before we move on, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Aid on Jen, Hammerbell, and myself.
Okay, go ahead and drop aid in the chat.
Just an extra 5 hit points for the 3 of us.
Okay. I'll burn a couple of key and do pass without trace. So
What?
there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does that do? But there we go.
All right.
So that's up to an hour. So if we run something in an hour, we're good.
All right. So this gives you guys really the capability to just haul ass for an hour.
Right. We
without
can
any
move full
consequence.
speed. Right.
Nobody's going to hear your boots, squishing through the mud, or that weird sucking sound when your boot goes too far in the mud.
Yeah.
So nobody's going to hear you do that, and you guys could just haul it for a full hour. And I'm assuming that's what you want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you're able to follow the tracks. Who's going to be kind of the leader, the scout trail master here, as far as which direction to go as you follow this along?
Well, it seems like we've been following Zen's lead on tracking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly a good swamp ranger. So, and
Whoever
I'd probably need to be in the middle because it's
Right.
the pass without trace is 30 feet both sides.
Okay.
So Hammerbell.
All right. So Hammerbell's out front, and also she has the shortest legs, so it's good that she's setting the pace.
There you go.
And you guys are just running along. Hammerbell, give me a survival check to keep on the trail there.
Not so good now.
Yeah.
None of us have picked proficiency in survival.
So you're able to follow tracks, but you soon realize that you've been following the wrong tracks.
Oh, no, this big guy.
For at least the last 20-30 minutes. You were going good there for about 30 minutes, and then now you've veered off path from what you think, because you thought you were following the right thing.
Does anybody have any spells or anything
That
to
could
help?
Guidance.
Oh.
Yeah. Both of us can fire off guidance to help.
Right, hold on, let me.
I think she only gets one guidance thing, but
Can't stack, huh?
yeah.
No.
I don't think so because it's the same bonus.
Yeah.
All right, everybody see here,
Yep.
and you hear. I don't know if anybody can see him yet.
Yep.
But you hear
Yeah.
over this area, you hear a couple of trolls arguing and actually fighting over the corpse of a fourth troll, over who gets to eat.
Hmm.
You guys want to? They mention a couple of things. Do any of you speak giant?
Troll? Oh, giant.
Let's see. Don't think so.
No.
Nope.
I do not.
Nope.
Oh. All right.
So we hear brrr.
Yep. So you guys just hear trolls being mad at each other, and
Anybody spy on them? See what they're doing? If we can pass quietly. How long
Yeah,
is your
so-
spell? Yeah, how long is pass without trace spell?
Well,
Oh,
it's an hour.
it's
So
up
we're
to
still
an hour.
half an
So,
hour in.
well, you're
Coming up
almost
on
at
that.
the end of the hour here.
Oh, yeah.
I would say, if you wanted to try and approach here, the party would have pass without trace for the first 2 rounds of combat. Well, of perceived combat.
I mean, what do we, as characters, generically know about trolls? Because I know trolls are going to be badass for us.
Right.
And as under, I do not know anything about trolls.
Yeah. So, Bell, you have no idea. The rest of you know just kind of some basic things about trolls, like they regenerate themselves unless they take acid or fire damage. They really can't even die without taking acid or fire damage. They'll just keep regenerating, and they are pretty nasty creatures, but they're they're also, these particular trolls, you can see them, like they're visibly fighting one another over the body of this third troll, or over the body of the fourth troll, which begs the question: how did the fourth troll die?
Yeah, it's one of those. And them beating each other up really isn't going to do much of anything if they recover from their own strikes.
Right.
Yeah.
And do we really need to engage these guys for trying to save the soldiers?
I don't. No, I would try to sneak past them, but
Give me
Yeah.
a. Well, do you guys want to? Well, I'll leave it up to you. If
Let's
you
get close enough to make sure that they weren't the ones that dragged off the soldiers.
can
All
I do-
right. We'll try to sneak in close to get a better visual on what's going on.
Well, let me take a look. I got the damn boots on. I'll have advantage on the sneak.
Yeah, being
Okay.
quiet, sneaky.
All right. So who's gonna sneak up?
Do you want to stay there? I can go with Webley. I mean, within your 30 feet, you're going to get plus 10 on stealth.
Yeah.
And
Plus
I'm
whatever your
stealthy
boots
too.
do.
And Webley has the boots of Elvenkind.
Yeah.
Right.
So Webley and I'll sneak up. There's a stealth. Cool. That's plus 10.
Yeah.
All right.
18 and 23.
Let's see
18
if
to
any of these
23.
guys roll. Let's
They should have a passive perception, shouldn't
yeah,
they?
passive perception is 12, so you guys are good. You can go ahead and get a little closer there.
Get a little closer. Actually,
I don't see anything. Oh, okay. I see
yeah,
a dead
me
troll.
neither.
I'm right here. I think you can see.
I can't. Oh, somebody moved me. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep. So, you guys want to be at the base of the tree, or you want to get up in the tree?
I want to be at the base.
Can Webby
Yeah.
fly?
No,
Yeah, it's
shut
kind
up.
of a waste of a spell.
Oh, dang it.
All right, Webley, give me a perception check or an investigation check as you
Okay.
really just look at what's going on here.
Yeah, we're going with the perception here, and 16.
Yeah, you're able to see that this dead troll has in his hands clutched a bag, and within that bag, you know from your years of thieving that those are the right shapes to be underneath the leather of the bag. That it is there are potions of some kind
Ooh.
in that bag.
My thief ray vision suggests there are potions in that bag.
Potions or vials or whatever.
Sure. We do have a bunch of necklaces of fireballs. I mean, I feel better about that. And we got magic users that can cast fire.
Right. And as long as we keep them burning, my old grandpappy said just keep them burning, you can whittle them down.
All right. Do we want to take them?
Yeah, why don't we? I've been
You
itching
going
for
up
a fight since I hit this bird.
You going to go up in the tree for some sneak attack bow stuff? Or?
Well, I think we should probably get the other guys closer first
Oh,
before we
yeah,
do that.
no, I
but
want to
yeah.
wave. I want to wave everybody. I'll run back and grab everybody.
Yeah, I am going to try and... Let me see. Yeah.
Hey, there's trolls. The troll has shit that might be valuable, according to Webley.
And we believe the thief.
I don't know.
Hey,
Seeing the initiative rolls, I suddenly changed.
Can we all make it up to here before we initiative?
Yeah. Before combat starts, you guys are able to make it in this general area because they're just focusing on each other. So you guys can pretty much give me stealth rolls. Give me everybody but Jin and Webley. Give me stealth rolls.
Whoa, I just got
Plus
booted
bad.
out of the game or something like that? What the hell just happened?
All right, so plus 10 to whatever we roll here.
Azure.
15.
So that's the person who rolled
Yikes.
a 1 earlier. I'm just saying.
Oof.
Yeah, you probably should have fired off guidance first,
So
as I should have too.
everybody go ahead and position yourselves where you would want to be.
Yeah,
Sure.
give me a second. I dropped out of game. That was weird.
All right, is it good now, Doc?
Yeah, it is. I just don't know what happened.
So,
God, that was a terrible initiative.
Yeah, it was.
we need who?
What, 2
Asher?
rolls and a 1?
No,
What
Fairfax.
the heck
Okay,
is
go.
going on?
Oof.
Yeah, God, everybody rolled poor.
5, 7,
Except for Hammer.
2.
Yeah.
All right.
No, Hammer even rolled a 2.
So
Well, no,
that's
for
stealth.
initiative, she got a
That's stealth. Okay.
is everybody kind of where they wanted to be, but before the first round starts?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna let loose an arrow, but we're gonna have to drop some fireballs quick too, right? Everybody's on page
Well,
with that.
You guys were going to be able to get that first string of attacks off, but unfortunately, Azure did not beat their passive perception on his stealth roll.
Oh.
So, as you guys place yourselves and you're getting ready for that first round of combat, Azure comes up, sort of
Hey guys.
stumbles out of the pass, or as the pass without trace kind of dissipates. And Azure's just like comes up crunching on sticks, like, man, this pass without trace is great. Yeah.
Hey guys, I can even roll a 1 and be just shit.
Oh.
All 3 trolls look over and they're just giant and ugly and can I do this? Is it? Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
there you
Look
go.
at you.
That's a troll.
Giant and ugly, and so they immediately attack.
Great.
Let me pull up the troll character sheet here.
Oh yeah, please do that.
Speed up 30 feet. All right, troll 1 is going to immediately just step over the body to Webley. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. And this should it needs to be probably. Is it at all auditory? I'm sorry. Will
Yes.
the boots help? Okay.
Oh well. There's also a visual component now that, yeah, you're.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm already up in a tree, so okay.
Yeah.
Here.
All right, so you definitely pass there. All right, so that's 3, 4, 6. He goes ahead and runs in there, and he's going to use the rest of his movement. He's going to dash and just round the corner here. All right, troll number 2. It's going to run down this way. Come over here. And Bell.
Whee!
You notice, Bell, and Webley, you notice this as well, that these trolls have beat each other up pretty well. They're definitely not at full strength. You see some of the wounds closing up as they regen, but that they've beat each other up quite a bit.
Cool.
Bell would rage and reckless, and
Wait.
which one is probably go after this guy?
All right, troll 1. Everyone does see their names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I've been trying to be
Yeah.
better at that.
Oh,
Sweet.
look at you.
Look at that. All right.
As in second hit.
Close to 2 hits.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of damage. Holy crap.
Yeah,
All right, so that is what that
32.
24, 20. What?
That's 30. That's
20,
40.
30, 42. Yeah. Holy shit.
Great.
Just freaking you cut this thing with the great axe. You come around and just cut him, and his guts spill out. And he goes with his hands, his big clawed hands, to kind of try and keep him in. And he kind of doubles over a little bit, trying to keep his guts inside, and then you just hit him right upside the head with that hammer. And he is not looking good.
Somebody better burn that.
Okay. Webley's going for the sneak attack on this guy right here.
All right,
Control 2.
Control 2, right?
Nilbog.
Mhm. And we're gonna short bow this bastard. Then I'm gonna spend the luck point.
Uh-huh.
Here I come. And still miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is indeed a miss.
Yeah. Wow. And that's pretty much it. Go back into hiding.
Give me a hide check or a stealth check.
Can you do that?
What do you mean can't do that?
As a bonus action, I think he can.
Well, I know you used to.
No,
be
I
able to do
can't.
that.
No, I can't. That's second level. I'm only first. He's right.
Yeah, I used to be able to do that, but
Okay.
Shut up, Jin.
You've revealed your position.
I have.
Jin.
all right, I'll attack troll number 1.
Okay. That's a hit.
First hit for 6 points. Second for 5 points.
Nice.
This troll falls over.
Hmm.
He's between the wounds that he took before you met him, and Hammerbell just wrecking his face. You delivered these 2 quick strikes, and
Somebody needs to torch him still.
I got
he
it.
falls over.
And I'm going to kind of move back here to protect the magic user / get myself out of direct melee.
Okay. Is that the
That's
end of
what
your
I
turn?
got. Yep.
Fairfax, you're up.
Okay. Well, let's do something new. Relatively, anyway. And drop a flaming sphere.
Oh, that's always good.
Oh. Flaming Sphere, which I do not have.
Let me see if I can. Do I just drag it over or click on the. How do I get it to show up in the.
I gotta drop something in there.
Well, no, but I was going to say, how do I get it to show up in the text?
Oh, I'm not sure. I know how Flaming Sphere works.
Click on in the spell. You can click on the. You can click on the spell, and if it doesn't have a actual spellness, it just drops it in chat. It doesn't actually do anything, like.
Well, it had that macro already built, so. So that already fired off, but I don't see an easy way to drag and drop it. It's a little annoying. Is there like a shortcut key to copy it in?
I think I always just kind of like look at it and then like
You can
copy
look it up.
the chat.
Okay.
Pink. There you go.
And just a second here. are. Oh, it's probably gonna make me stupid reload. Hold on a second.
What are you? Are you currently buying spell effects? Look at that.
It's only a 5-foot diameter.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, it is diameter, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
5
yeah.
feet.
Ra-
Oh,
not
5 feet
radius.
diameter.
Yeah,
Is it
diameter, not
or
radius.
diameter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. And where do you want to put it?
right there's exactly where I was going to put it.
All right.
Cool.
And any creature that ends turns in 5 feet of spear must take dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much as a successful one.
Cool.
As a bonus action, you can move the spear up 30 feet. Blah 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 blah. All right. So the question I've always had about flaming spear
Mhm.
is when you place it, are you then causing this saving throw to need to happen?
I would assume so, because that's how it works with most spells. Like, the fact that it comes into existence right there means that they're, they get hit
Like a
by it.
fireball. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it specifically
on the one-
says creature that enters turn. It might be because it's so small and it's radiating things. Then that allows the creature to, decide. Okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. You know?
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, but the thing is with it being this turn, they've already ended their turn, so that means that they're going to get hit with it.
Well, that's true.
When it was
Yeah.
cast
I
anyway,
guess that's
so-
true. Yeah.
So what you would do, you'd ram it into one of them. As a
Yeah,
bonus
so
action.
So whether they end or whether they start, they're gonna get hit by it this turn if they're near.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah. So I think your best bet is going to be to ram the spear into the troll. That will cause him to immediately take fire damage and die, and then the other one will just have to save on it at the end of his turn.
I should do the way around. Hit that one and try taking the damage, because that one's not going to fucking move away at the end of its next turn. Dying.
Yeah. No. I think I like what Thor's interpretation is here. Their turn has already been done, but it's still the same round, right? So they would take, anything would take that 2d would have to make that save.
I see what you're saying, but because they've already moved this turn. So like Troll 3, for
Right.
example, he hasn't moved this turn, so he
Right.
wouldn't take the damage immediately. But
Yeah, and if Troll 2 hadn't gone yet and Thor dropped that, he wouldn't, if he moved out of that within his turn, he wouldn't have to worry about it.
I
But
think
since-
that is my favorite interpretation of Flaming Sphere.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
It's the most fair. All right, so
Yeah.
this troll,
Because if they haven't gone yet this turn, they can move away to avoid the damage.
Right.
takes fire damage, and you can see where it was starting to regenerate. Some of its wounds are starting to regenerate, even though it was unconscious laying on the ground. Those wounds open back up completely, and it just starts bleeding all over the place as it takes this fire damage. And this guy, he has... What is the DC on this check?
14.
And it's a dex check?
Yes.
Trolls are known to be dexterous.
DC 14. What's the damage?
7.
7 damage. Damage on save is half.
Yes. Damn. Yeah, it's still. At
It
least
doesn't
one.
matter. All you got to do is 1 point. We're good.
Yeah.
So he does not get to regen this turn. All right, Fairvex. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let me see here. Nobody on our team's actually gotten hit, so I don't need to do that. I forgot to say it before, but I was basically maintaining Shillelagh the whole time, but I'll do that as a bonus action just to be fair. So I'll fire up my Shillelagh cantrip. So that's ready for next round.
If you just want to remind me at the beginning of combat,
Yeah,
that's something that you've always got going on.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not gonna force it as an action on your first turn or whatever.
okay, because like every minute or so I'll re-up that just out of habit. Is the intention.
Okay. All right, Azure, you are up, sir.
Are you muted, right?
You might be muted.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Honestly, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna delete. Step 5 foot forward in total defense. Dodge action.
Okay.
I had fire spells. I'm not gonna waste my spells if we have a fucking flame of sphere out there. So yeah, I'll just. You guys got this. Go team.
All right. Troll 3 is going to rush up and really just and he's so damn tall too. Like you thought you'd be safe up in that tree, Webley, but he is coming at you. And now I gotta find that character sheet again. Oh right, because I reset. Character sheet went away. All right, 1 with his bite and 2 with his claws. Let's see what we get here.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. That's also a miss. What is your AC?
18.
Wow. All right. So as he's going to bite you, you jump back. He actually bites the tree branch you're on, and then he just starts clawing and tearing apart tree branches as you're just flipping back and just kind of keeping your nimbleness about you and making your way around the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. You got that mithril plate, breastplate, right?
I don't think I have the mithril. I've got, or do I have the mithril? I forget.
I can't remember.
I think I had the mithril. No, I used to, and I give it to you. Yeah, you should have it.
Yeah. Okay.
Start of turn 2, or round 2. Sorry. This troll. It's the end of his turn. He does the flaming sphere thing, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So this troll, he's going to attack and rebel.
He has advantage. Should be. Maybe. I was reckless, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's until your next turn, right?
yeah.
As long as she's attacking reckless, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets advantage on attack. What's your AC?
16.
Meets it. I think he has to beat it, right? Yeah.
No, just has to meet it.
Oh, all right. Very well. Then you take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
But you're taking half of that.
Oh yeah, because she's raging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 total from that.
Okay.
And then I can just go ahead and mark advantage here. It's been too long. He's gonna hit you with the first claw.
Keek.
Owie.
7
Only 7.
slashing. It's gonna hit you with the second claw. Do another 7 slashing.
Okay.
And then he is going to run away from the sphere, which provokes an attack of opportunity for anybody, Azure and Bell, who both have reactions.
Kneecap him.
Okay. Take
So
a swing.
I don't suppose I can do a bonus action during a attack opportunity, can I?
No, it's just a reaction, a single swing with your weapon. Unless you have Warcaster, and then you get to cast a spell.
No,
20 hit?
I'm just gonna cast a spell.
A 20 does hit.
Do Sacred Flame.
Crit X does 16.
Okay. So minus 16. And does he actually have... Okay, so it's not like a... He's not... You're going to take double damage from fire. Oh, it's radiant.
It's radiant.
Alright, so he takes another 10 from radiant damage.
Oh
It's
shit!
actually-
I forgot that. Speaking of fire damage, I forgot to add the extra 3 points to the flaming sphere.
So you're saying he should have taken 3 more damage than he had?
Yeah, you should have taken a total of 10 instead of 7
Okay. I went ahead and added it.
before the halving.
He you could see part of his left arm is singed, and he's very afraid of fire, and he's running away. He takes the hits that you guys give him, and he lets out kind of a as he runs away, and he just stands back and turns back around and waits for you to attack. He's unsure of whether the flaming sphere can move. Bell.
Bell is gonna give chase. Swing.
Better.
26
Roll.
hits.
Jeez.
25.
25.
And should I give it a hug? Slash with it.
Yeah, 26 and 25 hits, so that's 17 plus another 7 is what, 24?
24.
Plus, yes, you hit there. 24
Nice.
plus 8 is
32.
32. So, yeah, he is he is down, and you can already see as you remove yourself from his torso and you kind of push yourself off of him, the holes made by your spikes are already starting to close up just ever so slightly.
Somebody cinch this guy.
Webley, what do you got?
Okay. Webley is going to kind of jump down on top of this guy, because why not? With his rapier. Aha! Like
Nice.
that.
Nice.
Double stab. Yeah, stab. Not really stab.
That is 16 plus 12, so 28.
Yep,
Does he
28.
get a sneak on that?
Yeah, that's the sneak attack there.
Yeah.
28.
But why do you get a sneak attack?
What's that?
I forgot. I actually shouldn't get the sneak attack. I was above him. Yeah. I just never turned it off when I made my attack. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just say
Still
16.
16.
Yeah. So
Same.
still really good.
yeah, I'm living with it. And yep, I'm gonna put up my shield and come on! Bam.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Let me go ahead and subtract.
Are you at a high
16.
enough level where you get a second attack as a hexblade?
Not yet. No, I don't think
If
so.
he takes,
That's a feat.
yeah, it's a hex thingy, or it's
Oh,
a,
that's right. Invocation gets you the extra.
yeah, invocation.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, so maybe next level. I was playing with taking another level of thief right about now, but maybe not.
All right, Jin, you're up.
I'll move behind that guy. And first attack. Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
Man, you guys are killing him today.
That's the idea, isn't it?
8 points. Second attack. Oh, so
Nice.
Yeah, that
close.
is dude, so close.
Another 8, and I will go ahead and bonus attack
Yeah, that hits.
for another 5. 21.
Presumed
Yeah.
to-
Thank you.
21 total.
Yeah, that's you just appear behind this guy, kind of flippity dippity doo, and wreck house on his exposed area there on the backside.
Bonus.
All right, Fairvex.
All right. I'm going to confirm the troll's worst fear and move the flaming sphere. I'm going to position it
Yay.
so that it hits. I wanted to hit both of them, but with the positioning, I can't do that without getting someone else.
How many feet can you move it?
30. Actually, I might be able to. Because if I move it
So,
this way,
was thinking right here.
and drop it right there. Yeah, sort of come around and hit him from behind. Am I
Yeah,
able
I was
to move
thinking
that one?
if you put it right there,
yeah,
that would put
I'll
it
get
within
both
5
of them
feet
without
this
getting
guy.
without getting the allies.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm helping you guys, but yeah.
Thank you.
So
All
let me roll
right, so
for that.
troll two cannot make, even if he saves, he still takes half damage. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then at the end of troll 3's turn, he will have to make his save.
Only 10 plus 3, so 13.
All right, you know what? Well, he still gets his turn to
Right.
actually hit you
Yeah.
guys. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, he
remember
Azures.
13.
yeah, he has to be held in place. Oh no, I still get to actually make an
Oh
action.
yeah, that's right. You get more than that.
Because that was a bonus action to move it.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm just going to make sure that we light him up with some fire as well, with a firebolt.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage. Oof.
Sweet.
Now, actually, because I added the plus 3 to that fire damage, it'll just be 10 for the flaming sphere rather than 13. Because I only get to add it to 1.
Okay.
So 11.
Right. So
the
no,
firebolt,
the
the firebolt
gets the
Oh, fireball. I see.
gets the damage there.
Yeah,
Which actually just makes things really simple.
Great.
Ashes. So
And,
why is the corpse still a corpse?
looks like somebody had. Looks like whoever killed this troll had also used acid on it, which
that
will
would explain
also
why it didn't get burned up.
stave off its regen, but not burn it up. And so, as you guys, man, that is so cool. I really like that flaming sphere.
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
I literally just looked up flaming sphere and in premium assets, and then I bought the whole pack. Check out
Animated spell effects or something?
check out Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is dope.
Oh, hang on a minute. Let me see. I stepped away from the table for a second.
Oh, let me
Too
go
late.
back on.
If you don't
Do it again.
mind,
Do it again.
drop
Here's
that.
Pass Without Trace. There's your Darkness spell.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Go hide the thief.
Yeah, figure out where that's at and definitely get that to me because I like that a lot too.
Ooh, there's Mage Hand.
Yeah.
That's cool. That looks like the mage hand from Baldur's Gate 3.
I can't see the
That's-
mage hand because of the lighting.
There we go.
Oh, right. There it is.
Oh, neat.
Oh, that's big.
Well, he scaled it up.
That's
High five!
that's Big B's hand.
Big beast.
Yeah.
There's
What's that one?
Moonbeam. That's called Moonbeam.
Cool.
It's a druid spell.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
I'm actually looking at one right now because I seen that, thought that was really cool.
Poison-
I'm looking at one called
Poison
Animated
Fog.
AoE Elements. And it has like all the different actual measurements for you. And all the element effects.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like that teleportation circle.
That's cool. Does it have like all the spells in the player's handbook, or is it just
Wall of Fire.
Oh, that's
We've
sexy.
used that one.
Hey now.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Nice choice.
What's in the we got potions.
Water Sphere.
Well, it's one of those. Unless there's a really good reason for us to not burn the troll's body, I'm gonna roll the flaming sphere over on top of it to clean up the mess.
Well,
Let's
there
take it.
there was one. Remember that this particular troll had a bag full of potions or
Well, yeah.
vials.
Yeah.
So after we clean it up, after we loot it, then we'll burn it.
Is that really all the
Wait,
damage you took from all that, Zen?
Hmm?
Is that really all the damage you took from that? It was like 9?
Oh, because I
it
got
was all
guidance. Somebody give me 8 whatever, and then
Oh,
And I
right,
got-
yeah.
3
Okay.
for reckless abandon. So yeah, I got extra 8. That
All right, we got to make this harder. All right, so you guys.
Hang on. You can only have one level of temporary hit points.
I
They
think
don't stack.
if they come from a different source, I think they do.
They don't.
They don't stack.
They don't stack. They actually are pretty clear about that.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we'll have to
Wait,
double check that errata.
what
Yeah.
hit point? Where's she getting hit points from?
Your
Besides
10
aid.
hit points.
Yeah, from aid. Where else?
Reckless
Reckless
abandon.
abandon.
That gives. Okay,
They-
I'm thinking because I'm a older version. You upped your Constitution, which give you hit points when you're raged. So they're not
Well, this
temporary
one
hit points.
Constitution modifier, which is -3. So I didn't say anything that it can't be stacked, but I don't know. I mean, I'll take 3 more damage if that doesn't stack.
I'm about 90% sure, and I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Yeah, I mean, I was just amazed that like we did this whole combat encounter with 3 trolls, and even Jim was like, "Hey, these guys are pretty beefy. They're gonna kick our asses," and then
Yeah.
like 9 damage total.
Well, if we didn't have
well,
Flaming
look-
Sphere,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we
true.
crit 3 times, right?
We did crit a bunch, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit points.
And we had plenty of fire handy.
Yeah.
All right, what do we find?
All right, you find. Let's see. The first troll that died carried a sack, and in it are 3 vials of acid.
Great.
That's handy.
So you can actually tell now that the troll tried to drink one.
Oh.
Fourth one.
Realize it. Well, it makes sense. I mean, if these guys did encounter the guard party and they had enough sense to carry acid in case of
Mhm.
swamp trolls, that makes a lot of sense.
That's a cool effect. What is that?
That's fairy fire.
Hey, do a fireball just for fun.
I have continual flame.
Well, that's fun too. Not as much damage, but Yeah, page 198 on the player's handbook for the temporary hit point thing.
So we're not, but we're not close to the. We've lost track of the tracking.
Right. Yeah. You guys have you realize you got to turn around and go back and search a little bit more for the trail of the bipedal lizard people.
Okay. I'm not going to turn on pass without trace until we're back on the actual
Yeah.
Right.
thing, because I don't care about making a lot of noise until we get back to where we started.
All right. So you guys are. I'm actually just not even going to move you from the spot until something else happens. Yeah, put you all here so I can copy and paste pretty easily.
So, Doc, I don't get the second bonus. Is that what you say?
No, you can choose the higher of the 2,
Okay.
but they don't stack.
All right. So she's
Sorry.
down 3. No problem.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I would argue in some cases, like if my artificer has a you get extra hit points or bonus hit points, temporary hit points from like a shield from the artificer's what you call it.
I agree with your reasoning. I never thought like it made sense, but because of that, I've looked it up, and it's
Right.
I
So
think
hey, how's
it makes sense to keep you from stacking it too much, but on the one hand, it's like, okay, maybe, kind of like how they used to say, a supernatural or special or spell-like effect could stack, but, So, like with it being a
Yeah.
character class ability plus a spell, those are two different types, and therefore are
Right.
allowed to stack. But it probably has to do with the way that they wanted to balance the game,
Sure.
so
Guys,
that
give me
you don't
one
get
second.
someone dropping a huge amount of buffs on the barbarian.
Right.
I'll take that.
What was that, Azure?
What's that?
Billy was saying
Billy was
something.
saying something, and then he went blank.
Billy
You-
Blank?
Billy,
Blank?
you muted.
Billy blanked.
All right. Anyway,
All right. Okay. So, as you guys continue on, go back to that part.
is the guidance, is that a cantrip?
Yes.
So yeah, while Hammerbell is, poking around, why didn't the cleric and the dragonborn just alternate guidance and
Yep.
pop a guidance on her?
Give her the additional D4 on her checks.
Yeah.
All right. So, most of the time, you guys do regain the trail, and for the most part, the tracks are easy to follow. However, they do turn slightly south
Oh,
by southwest. Not going into dangerous territory yet, but occasionally the trail does run through a little bit swampier of water than you were in, and tracking becomes more difficult. So these rolls are going to be slightly higher DC. Bell, go ahead and give me a survival check.
oops. That's
You get
not
a D4. You get a D4 on that first one.
D4. Just one.
Yeah.
Roll it already too.
12.
Right. So, you know, you guys end up following the path of what seems to be like one of the carts. You know, you feel like that's what you were missing the last time. You just followed these extra footprints that went off to the side. This time, you're actually following a cart trail, and it was like a 50-50 shot as to whether or not it was the continuing cart trails in one direction or the cart trails that go off in this other direction. And you're like, all right, I really can't tell. Let's just try this one. And you go off, and you hear an absolutely terrifying roar from. It sounds like the same creature, but there are at least 5 of them.
Wow.
Guess we found
Hydra.
whatever.
Shh. No, you did not. You don't know that. What you actually see, and you see the craziest thing as you go this direction. You're just like, hey, are these the lizard people? What is that sound? Because none of you ever heard of this creature, actually heard this creature screeching before. And so you go up, and there's a wagon there. There's a wagon, and on the back of the wagon, it's the name of a very prominent Waterdavian circus.
Great.
Really?
And so that Waterdavian circus owner, as you can quickly ascertain from the scene unfolding in front of you, that Waterdavian circus owner hired a band of mercenaries to go into the swamp, locate a hydra, capture it, and bring it back to Waterdeep to do the main attraction in the circus. Little did the mercenaries realize that one does not simply capture a hydra. And yes, I was doing the thing with my hands. So you ended up picking up the trail of the mercenaries, not the lizard people. And when you arrive on the scene,
Bum, bum, bum.
when you arrive on the scene here, everybody sees this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
There are several mercenaries that are already dead, and the Hydra just looks to be wrecking house here. The mercenaries don't seem to be doing too much to the Hydra. They
It
Do we
doesn't
have
really
to
look
save
like
them
our
from their own
problem.
stupidity?
Yeah.
they have vastly underestimated. So these remaining 3 mercs. Let me go ahead and move all turns here from the turn order. The remaining 3 mercs are all just like keeping their distance. You know, as one head is focused on Merc 1, Merc 2 will like fire an arrow into another head, and so there's 3 heads trying to drag the main body in any direction, and so they seem to be maintaining their survivability right now just barely by keeping 3 different heads of the Hydra trying to go in 3 different directions, and it can't.
Hmm.
And you know that this isn't going to last for long. And so, what would you like to do?
Quietly walk away.
Yeah.
Just wait. This is a circus, right? Just think of all the loot.
Huh.
I'm just
We
saying,
can
like,
we can
Oh, and,
We-
and the story you can tell at the tavern, but beating up this how many headed
yeah.
creature?
There are currently 5 heads.
Yeah, we nominate him for a
oh.
we nominate him for a Darwin Award and walk away.
Yeah.
there is literally a dangerous beast on our southern borders.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we got to do something about it, even if we may have to smack them about the heads.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I don't want to do
No.
anything.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
much bigger.
I agree.
It
The
casts
Darwin
Run
large on itself. Run!
Did you notice how he said currently 5 heads?
Yeah, I heard that.
Currently.
No.
Yeah,
You know,
implies
they-
that there's more.
Yeah,
We
there
gotta
can
grow.
be. Get those fire spells and acid ready.
Hmm.
But hey, what do we know about this? Should we make a survival roll or something to see what we know about Hydra?
Let
I don't
me
think we know anything about Hydra.
Well, same way we know about trolls.
All
Yeah.
right, let's see here. Where are those rolls? Oh, there we go. All right, you can give me a survival check, a nature check, or a history check.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nature-
I suck at all
I
of
guess
those.
survival then. 20. Yeah, apparently Hamilbell reads.
Wow, our dice
Hammerbell
rolls
has
suck.
been the only one to roll like super high on all these checks.
Well,
So
she heard that story from the passing.
Yeah.
yeah. So Bill, you have been, it was one of the things that you kind of, as you guys left Phandalin, you were just taken aback because you've never even seen a dragon before, but then you guys killed a dragon, and so you're just like, what other awesome creatures are here? And you recall, Valinar, the gnome wizard, was very interested in where you come from just as much as you were interested in him and where he comes from. And so Valinar was telling you all about, the very interesting history and creature, the Hydra. He told you that it is a reptilian horror with a crocodilian body and multiple heads on long serpentine necks. Although its heads can be severed, the Hydra magically regrows them in short order. And then he also gave you like some of the magical, bullcrap of the issue. At the dawn of time, Tiamat, the queen of evil dragons, slew a rival dragon god named Lernea, and cast her blood across the multiverse. Each drop that fell upon a world spawned a multi-headed Hydra, consumed by hunger, as great as the fallen god's hatred. Great champions are known to test their mettle against these fearsome creatures, and yeah, it's a badass creature.
Yeah.
It's a badass creature, and you
Does
guys
she
are going to be hard
know
pressed.
how to defeat this thing?
Whack it a lot.
You do know that the Hydra can only be defeated, much like the trolls can really only be defeated by fire and acid. Otherwise, it'll keep regrowing its heads and regenerating health. And
How good is your tossing hand, whoever has the
Yeah.
acid?
Who does have the acid?
It's in the bag.
Take it out, Jen.
Cleric has the bag.
Hey, this is a good use for a fireball.
This is a good use for Mage Hand.
That too. Haha.
Yep.
Just drop it in one of his maws.
So you know, Belle, and you have a couple of seconds to be
Open
able
a
to tell
container
it.
and pour out the contents.
You know that you are that the Hydra is absolutely terrifying. It's a horrible creature. It has tons of hit points, or whatever the equivalent of that is, and
Mhm.
the way you would explain it to your counterparts.
Mm.
And that you've got to do something soon, or the mercs will die. But also, for every head that you slay, 2 heads will replace it, unless you stave off the regenerative abilities of the Hydra with fire or acid. And that's what we're going to call it.
The thing is, my weapon is not gonna be effective.
Yeah, it is. I got you.
It'll be effective at doing damage. And you
Yeah.
can
Oh,
even
yeah.
chop off the head, but that head will just grow 2 more.
Unless Fairfax drops a firebolt.
Yeah.
Hey guys, congratulations. There you go, Hammerbell.
Nice.
Nice.
But it has to be a non-magical weapon.
Are hers masterwork or her magical?
Yeah, I think they're +1.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, mine is already +1. Hmm.
You could. Yeah. You want to borrow my bow? It's not magical.
What are you guys talking about? It has to be magical. What has to be magical?
Target a non-magical weapon you touch for the elemental
He's
weapon
dropped
spell.
elemental weapon
Yeah.
in chat.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll let the thief have that.
I can take it also,
Yeah.
but I have to
Mhm.
get my concentration up.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, cool.
It's still handy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Meth,
absolutely.
make me like I said, make a blank thing and make me DM. And let me
I will do
and
that.
send me
And
a link.
I will also send you, Azure, the name of that animated spell effects pack.
I just
I'll send you a link.
I just sent you when I was looking at it as well. That's kind of cool.
Do they just not have a pack of all the spells? I mean, what the
No.
hell?
As far as like spell descriptions and stuff like that, you can definitely buy those. That's part of the actual content. But
No, like there's not a pack that has all wizard spells or something like that.
No, nobody's put that out.
Well, I have one.
I mean,
there
there
are
are packs that have like all first level blah 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 spells or something, or all
Right.
whatever. But nobody's. I don't think anybody's released.
An all spell.
all
okay.
spell pack.
Let me ask you real quick. How many spells did you just get in that pack? Like quantity?
that was about, let's see, 26 different assets. There's 13 spells. So 13 unique spells. Each comes with a grid and a gridless version.
Okay, so you got the grid and grid.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and send this.
Okay.
to Ray.
Let me ask you: how much does a pack cost? Like, how much did that cost?
It was $5.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's not like, all right. That's not bad at
generally those asset packs are like $5.
Yeah, they're not very
'Cause-
expensive,
but-
then
But yeah, nobody. Yeah, I mean,
So I actually
That's-
have one here that's 8 different shapes. So you have the 15-foot cone, 30-foot cone, 60-foot cone, cubes, the splash, all the different ones. And it has one for cold, poison, acid, color, fire, lightning, sound, and gas. It has all these different effects, but doesn't look nearly as cool as the ones he was throwing out.
Right. Yeah. Those.
so
were
yeah,
pretty
there's, and those were animated, the ones he have. So there are people
Mhm.
that make not animated versus animated and that sort of
Right.
thing.
Yeah, those animated ones are pretty sharp.
Yeah.
That's, God, I wish they had this stuff when we were kids. Damn.
Yeah,
hey, we have it now. We can,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm enjoying it now, but I would
Big
have been.
kids.
I would have been dangerous when I had time. Oh my.
Yeah,
If they had this stuff when you were kids, you just wouldn't have been able to afford it. Like,
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah.
when I was a kid, I had a love for this stuff, but I didn't have $5 to throw
Yep.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been hitting up mom and dad for the. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So are we
Hey.
level 8 yet?
We gotta
Not
get
yet.
back to-
Not until you return to town. You have to return to town first.
Wow.
No,
All right.
you
Good try,
be
Zach.
level 8 Hydra fight.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the game.
Yeah.
That was
Thank
fun.
you very much. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Take
we'll
it
see
easy.
you guys next
Have a
time.
You
good
guys
night.
take care. We'll see you in 2 weeks. All
Thank
right.
you.